guess it's not bad for a supposedly dying sport, all this, is it?
People always want to see the big fights. You know, it just, however, you know, the game's bad, it's still, they come out for the big ones.
Lennox Lewis is on his way. Is this his night at last? He thought he'd done it 8 months ago at Madison Square Garden. The judges thought otherwise. He remains outraged by their mistreatment of him that night. Tonight he aims to put the record straight beyond all argument. Will Lewis shine tonight and in the last big heavyweight fight of the century give British boxing what would be probably, though some might argue, its biggest boxing moment of the century?
Well, it would certainly be a massive achievement if Lennox can, you know, bring back the undisputed title. It really would be.
And what a change from those days when early on so many people were lukewarm about him. There are 6,000 British fans here tonight. He's getting a fantastic reception as he makes his way to the ring. And I have to say, it's an easier passage so far than the one he had in New York. Do you remember how he was jostled there?
That was difficult, wasn't it? With security and people pushing him and shoving him. It's a much easier passage to the ring.
Impossible to judge his demeanor, really. Looks like he's been doing plenty of work in the dressing room to warm up beforehand, doesn't he?
Yes, he's very, you know, he's really sweated up. I think he will want to start quick. He'll want to have a good start, dominate from the very first bell. I think that will be their plan. You know, behind the jab, center of the ring.
So Lennox Lewis arrives in the ring. They tossed a coin, by the way, earlier in the week. And Holyfield won, and he decided he wanted to come in second. Always so icy, but he says there is a fire inside, believe me, and it can burn up very quickly. The American critics still say there's too much safety first about him. They remain unconvinced. And Holyfield back to work yet again. 37 years of age now, and in history only 2 men this old have ever held the heavyweight championship. Jersey Joe Walcott and later George Foreman. He is getting old, but this is a man who has woven so many tales of the unexpected.
This is the man who's lived the life, you know, from a boy. You know, he's just had a destiny and a purpose, and he still says, you know, he wants to go on, he wants to have more fights, he wants to fight until there's no challenges left, until he believes nobody can beat him.
Holyfield's place in history is secure. He needs to do nothing more, really, in that department, but he can make the legend stretch even further with a win that most people don't expect tonight. The real deal indeed, Evander Holyfield. And he promises that this time he will be much, much better than he was at Madison Square Garden. Look at that scowl.
Yes, his face looks like he means business.
Does, doesn't it? None of that laughing and joking and bouncing into the ring we saw before the Tyson fights.
That's right, none of the singing. You know, he likes to come in with gospel music, none of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the featured bout of the evening as we join together to witness the last mega fight of the 20th century. And it's all brought to you by Don King Productions in association with Panics of the U.S., Main Events, Caesars Palace, the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, DBKO, and Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Jimmy Benz, the World Boxing Council, President Jose Sulaiman, Supervisor Edmund Lipinski, the International Boxing Federation President Robert Lee Sr., Supervisor Walter Stone, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem. Commissioners Amy Ayub, Glenn Carano, Lorenzo Fertitta, Dr. Luther Mack with the executive director Mark Ratner. Introducing to you our physicians at ringside, we have doctors Flip Omansky, Margaret Goodman, Al Cabana, and James Game. Introducing our timekeepers and also keeping count of the knockdowns, we have Al Bisick and Jane Broadfoot. Introducing to you our judges, all three from Las Vegas, Nevada, Chuck Jumpa, Bill Graham, and Jerry Roth. Introducing the third man of the ring, working in this, his 60th world title bout, Mitch Halpern. All right, fans, here we go with the rematch we've all been waiting for. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Las Vegas, it's time for the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing to you first the title holder on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing purple trunks with white and red trim, representing his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at 217 pounds, and with a record of 36 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, he has 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion, and the current WBA and IBF heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's proud warrior, introducing Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. And his opponent across the ring, the other title holder on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with red trim, the big man from London, England. He weighed in at 242 pounds. The 1988 Olympic gold medalist has a professional record of 34 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 27 big knockouts to his credit. Tonight, attempting to become the first British heavyweight in 100 years to capture the undisputed title, here is the hard-hitting and current WBC heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Lennox Lewis. Once again, Mitch Halpern is our referee in charge.
All right, gentlemen, this will be clean. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Touch gloves. Good luck. Let's go. Touch gloves.
Short and sweet from the 32-year-old Mitch Halpern, who actually spars himself every day to keep in shape. Lewis was standing in the middle of the ring for fully 5 minutes there, just waiting to get on with it, almost ignoring the introductions. How's he look, Glenn?
He looks good. I mean, he's in great shape. He looks very lean. He looks well.
Might Holyfield try an early blitz with guns blazing to break up Lewis's rhythm? He can't wait by the look of it, Lennox Lewis. This could be explosive, this opening round.
Ready? Ready?
Just look at the steely eyes of Lewis. First bout and away they go. There's that Lewis jab, so dominant in the first fight. Holyfield has to find a way inside that. He knows it too, he says he will. But 3 times in the first 15 seconds, Lewis has got home with it, and a good left hook as well from Lennox Lewis, who starts positively. Can Holyfield reinvent himself again in his 13th World Heavyweight title fight on November the 13th, and his 13th fight in Las Vegas too? All three of his losses have come here, but he's had his greatest moments as well in this town. Look at the difference in size. 25 pounds it is. A little bit less than last time. Size maybe does matter here, but Holyfield has overcome big weight disadvantages before in his career. It's a classy start from Lennox, Glenn.
It's a good start. He's getting the centre of the ring. He's using his jab well. He's getting in with some good hooks as well.
Step back, easy, son. Watch your head.
Holyfield only stopped once in his long career by Riddick Bowe, remember. Lewis only beaten once by Oliver McCall. And the head work, complaints from Lewis about that to Mitch Halpern. They've been making a lot of noise about that in the build-up, and you saw it there. Tyson complained about it too. It's what led to the ear-biting incident. Very free with the use of the head, Holyfield there. Picked off by a right hand. He can't get near Lewis at the moment.
Well, that's the right punch for Holyfield. He's got to use that uppercut. Holyfield comes in with his head down, and that can be such an effective punch for Lewis.
Uppercut inside from Lewis.
Stop punch. Step back easy, Tony.
Holyfield, I fancy, feels he has to use the jab more than he did the first time, even though he has the range disadvantage. And there he does it twice. He feels that's the answer to maybe get close enough to unload his dangerous hooks.
Well, we saw when Lewis fought Frank Bruno, if you can take away his jab, you can be effective. And I think Holyfield will know that and will try and beat him to the jab.
Get that hand down. Go home, Jim. Go home.
It's a good, positive start this from Lewis in this opening round. But he does have sleepy periods sometimes in fights. Lewis has won the opener, I think, beyond question.
Why do you start out? Listen. Two jabs every time you jab him. Two jabs. And throw that overhand right on him. He's leaning back. Don't go straight in. Always on that. Give him a little feint first.
A little water.
The voice of Don
He's
Turner.
wide open for underneath shots.
And now
Instead
Emmanuel
of trying to
Stewart.
chop over top, touch him and starts trying to rip him underneath of you, and you're tying him up perfect.
Man, get that jab going. Get the jab.
Well, everybody, the whole crowd is into his head tonight. So when you got the whole crowd is into it. You got the mouthpiece?
I got mouthpiece.
First time I've ever heard Lennox actually talking in the corner.
Yeah, well, he's upset about the head, and I thought he knew that was going to be a bit of a problem for him, but he hasn't got to let that get to him.
He mustn't get psyched out by that. Lewis, second round then. Lennox Lewis bidding to become Britain's first undisputed world heavyweight champion since Bob Fitzsimmons lost the title exactly 100 years ago. Once more, Holyfield having to eat that Lewis jab. He must be sick of it in 1999 by now.
Well, Holyfield has to try and find a way past that.
Big right uppercut from Lewis as well. How cleanly that landed, it was hard to see. Holyfield loves to apply what he calls educated pressure. But he's unable to impose his style and will at the moment, and that was really largely the story in New York, but there's still a long way to go here yet.
Lewis is trying to use that jab and also trying to use it as a rangefinder for his big right hand.
Hold on, break. Step back. Step back.
Every time Holyfield tries to get close, Lewis is looking to hit him with humdingers of right uppercuts.
Well, Holyfield does come in with his head down, and that's a perfect punch to lift the head up.
It's the glorious unpredictability, though, of the heavyweights, that one punch can change everything. Holyfield gets there with the body shot, gets close enough.
Let go, step back easy.
For the first time, Lewis doesn't discourage him with the jab.
Holyfield really loading up for the big left hook there. I think that's what he meant by ferocious punches.
Holyfield says he was surprised by Lewis's skills and ring savvy the first time. And I think at the moment, he will be impressed again by what is in front of him.
I think he may well have paid the penalty last time for being a little bit overconfident. Holyfield predicting a third-round knockout. I think he learned his lesson from that.
No prediction this time, but Lewis's second round as well, I think. What do you think, Glenn?
Yes, I thought it was Lewis's round. Holyfield had a couple of okay spells in it, but overall it was Lewis that was using that jab so effectively.
Give me some Vaseline. Straight. Don't get flat.
John Turner, the amiably contrary trainer of Evander Holyfield, who's been with him in the glorious later stages of his career.
2 jabs in the right hand. Jabbing to the chest or to the shoulder takes his right hand away. They're trying to hit you with a right uppercut coming in.
And there's the uppercut. What a good punch that was. He just used the jab as a range fire, found the right distance, and then brought that punch in. There's the head going in a bit from Holyfield, which is Lewis is upset about.
As you can see, the crowd can see the close-up replays on those screens above the ring here in this excellent arena in the fight capital, Las Vegas. Third round. Lewis dominant early here, as he was in the first fight. But remember, Holyfield is the man who floored the much bigger Riddick Bowe, although he did lose twice to him and beat him once. He floored Tyson too, and beat him a couple of times. 3-punch combination this time from Lewis, who continues to ooze the confidence he's shown all week through the build-up.
And that was excellent work from Lewis. He's got good concentration. He's letting his punches go. Nice rhythm.
Let him up, don't punch. Step back. Let's go.
Very wary of that head, isn't he, Lewis?
He is very wary. One of the things you will see from Lewis is you'll probably see him leaning on Holyfield. He did that with his sparring partners an awful lot when he was in camp.
Lewis intelligently using his natural advantages and then just picking off Holyfield with class punches like that right hand you just saw.
Just not getting the right distance for that right hand. He tried the double jab, just didn't quite come off.
Boxing's so often a matter of the styles clash, and Holyfield is finding this style very, very hard to cope with. Holyfield can't get into it so far, but that, remember, could change in an instant.
Well, Holyfield's trying to load up. You can see him setting his legs, but then a jab comes out just enough to keep Holyfield off balance.
It's tremendous boxing this by Lewis. Really excellent skills, not only defensively, but with the jab and mixing in the combinations as well. His gloves have come down a bit. He's hit by a right hand. Listen to the Americans get behind Holyfield after that. Lewis was okay from it, but that was the first real sign of encouragement for Evander Holyfield, and we're in round 3.
Well, he does have to be wary, Lewis. He is carrying that left hand very low. He does like to throw his jab from his hip, but he has to be careful of the counters.
Holyfield wants a tear up. Lewis just for a moment in reverse as the bell goes. They hardly heard it. He really heated up a bit in the later stages of that third round. Frank Bruno's with us as well. How are you reading it, Frank?
Yeah, no, Lennox Lewis boxing very, very well for the first couple of rounds, but the third round he started getting a little bit lackadaisical, opening his mouth, dropping his hands in the stoop, losing confidence and getting a little bit too cocky. With the man against like Evander Holyfield, you can't let him set. He's a dangerous fighter. He uses his head, his elbows sneakily, and you can see Lennox Lewis is starting to get a little bit marked up under his eyes. The first couple of rounds were wicked. He boxed beautifully, but now he's getting too lackadaisical, which he needs to wake up, and that round just woke him up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that right hand was the first sign of encouragement for Evander Holyfield. So is that a little sign, I wonder, Glenn, of a turning of the tide for Holyfield?
Well, you know, there's got to be a point where Holyfield's going to try and land with punches, but you know, Lewis just can't get careless. He's still got to keep his concentration, but for the most of the round, you know, he was working well behind his jab.
Here's the fourth. Lewis, the WBC champion. Holyfield, who holds the WBA and IBF versions of the title. Frank Bruno shouts out to Lewis, focus, focus. He does sometimes have these lapses of concentration, Lewis. And it's one of the rare little blemishes in an otherwise excellent fighting makeup. He's caught by a right hand again by Holyfield, who gets close enough. One of two little swellings underneath the eyes as well for Lewis. Breathing a little more heavily, but he's trained to a sleek 17 stone 4. A sleek for him. His lightest for 2.5 years after 10 weeks in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. But Holyfield is one of the best conditioned heavyweights ever, maybe the best.
Well, Holyfield's trying for those single punches. He's got to try and get some combinations going, but he has to try and get inside to do that. And that's so difficult to get past this jab of Lewis's.
That's a great jab, that one. Real ramrod quality. Sometimes he's been accused of pouring out that jab. One of the American writers said he needed to put Viagra in that jab.
Well, I can testify, it's plenty painful, that jab.
Glenn, who fought Lennox earlier on in his career. No signs yet of Holyfield building on that little bridgehead he might have felt he created in the last half minute of the previous round.
Lewis still just boxing so well, using the jab and then turning it into a left hook. Not a great deal of power in that hook, but he just flicks it in.
That's a very classy punch from Lewis. The left hook round the side of the guard of Holyfield that time. Holyfield desperate to get in range. He'd like this fight in a phone booth if he could have it. The Holyfield camp have been trying to lure Lewis all week into standing and trading more. That would give their man a better chance. But Lewis is not daft enough to buy it. Not till he feels the time is right. Right hand from Lewis there on the counter as the bell goes to end another Lennox Lewis round for me.
Well, he's really boxing so well, Lewis, behind that jab. Good skills. He's stepping about well and he's picking up some good punches.
But what you got to do, you got to take some aggressive stuff at it with some big shots without going over the top. Yeah. We keep telling you, come in underneath on the shot first. Even a simple jab, left uppercut, right hand would work. But come from underneath, you're doing everything over top. If you would really focus on your right hand and sit down and shoot the right hand straight, you could catch him with right hands. But you're trying to shoot your right hands too high. Slow down, get the right hand down here, shoot it short and turn it straight, and you tighten up, okay?
Emmanuel Stewart, regarded as the best trainer in the world. Al Gavin, the cuts man in there. Let's hope there are no problems for Lennox in that direction. Holyfield with liberal helpings of Vaseline around the eyes, but no damage so far.
Go flat-footed.
Double jab, double jab, double jab.
He really is an amazing gladiator, Holyfield, though. Out they come for the fifth. Lewis has established the early advantage. But remember, it was in the second half of the fight last time that things went wrong for him on the scorecards, at least. 3 Nevada judges this time. That's a big left hook from Holyfield. It's the punch that caused so much damage against Bowen Tyson. But look at Lewis come back again. It's a more fiery fight than the first one. Holyfield complains about use of the head from Lennox Lewis this time. There's another Lewis right hand. The chopping right, and Holyfield almost falls out of the ring. Time out, says Mitch Halpern.
The bullshit in here stops now. This isn't a wrestling match, it's a boxing match. Just keep this clean. You understand me? You understand me? Go in this corner.
It's not a wrestling match, and Lewis is cut. Lewis has got a cut by the side of the right eye, by the look of it.
They hit Edge, but it was accidental.
So Al Gavin will have some work to do. The referee has ruled that an accidental cut. If it meant that the fight had to be stopped, they would go to the scorecards, because there have been 4 rounds completed. That is the rule. Doesn't look a serious cut, though.
Well, they're both landing with big punches in this round. Lewis trying to get that uppercut going.
Get back easy, hey, come on, let's go.
Temper's just freeing a little bit in there.
Crowd enjoying this one. It's a better fight than the first one. So far, anyway.
Let go, let go.
Holyfield still desperately trying to get in close. He wants to be in range where he can use those hooks, those short, hurtful hooks.
Well, he's had the odd success, Holyfield, but has been unable to sustain any pressure.
That's right, it's normally been a single punch.
Watch your hands in there, watch your hands. Let go.
Bit more blood by that cut of Lennox Lewis's right eye. Listen to the British fans getting behind Lewis here.
That hand down, get those hands up.
But this is more the kind of fight Holyfield wants in this round, isn't it?
Yes, he wants to get close. He wants a trade-off. Lewis is starting to stand. He's looking for his big punches also, but that gives Holyfield the opportunity to get close.
Lewis always looks at his most effective when he's just working behind the jab. Frank Bruno shouting out to Lewis, don't fight his fight. He's got half a point, but he's back at work with the jab now in this later part of the round. That has to be the stock weapon for Lennox Lewis here.
Yes, he's got to keep doubling up as well. He can't use this single punch and then bring the right hand behind that.
That was Holyfield's best round so far, I thought.
All you got to do is get a little bit closer.
For Holyfield.
A little bit closer.
That right hand and shoot it just the way you're shooting it, not that high. Shoot it straight inside. Catch it with that short right hand, okay? Your right hand is the key right now behind your left shot. The uppercut is good because it's getting his attention, but keep shooting the right hand. You shoot them right, but shoot them low. Don't shoot them high. Just what you're doing, banging out is keep shutting them in there. Shoot them real straight, real short.
He's a fast talker in that corner, isn't he, Emmanuel Stewart?
Yes, he tries to pack as much in as he can to that minute. There's the left hook. Holyfield leaping in there.
Seconds out.
And the heads coming very close together. Lewis cut by the right eye. An accidental cut, it's been ruled. Doesn't look too bad. 6th round. Lewis just has to keep his concentration. Holyfield will never, ever quit until he hears the final bell. That's for certain, no matter what the scorecards may or may not be saying.
Lewis is allowing Holyfield to push forward, and I don't think that's a good thing. Lewis needs to be on the front foot.
Keep the head still, keep the head still, break. Keep the head still, let go.
Definite change in the pattern. Holyfield doubling up with the jab, which is what his corner have been telling him to do.
Let go, come on.
And Holyfield,
Let go. Break, step back. Come in here, step
there
back.
are just signs of a little opening in proceedings for him as this goes on.
Yes, he's definitely getting closer to Lewis now.
Oh, good right hand from Lennox that time, though. Lewis just going a little bit sleepy, forgetting the jab at times. More complaints from Lewis. Holyfield, despite his religious leanings and the fervour around the camp, he can mix it all right in there, can't he?
Oh, he can rough it up with the best of them when he wants to. Still looking for that big left hook, and this is better from Holyfield.
Keep the head still, break. Let go in here, let go.
It's a good right uppercut. Again, the heads. Holyfield bringing that head up, and it could cause more damage. It's evening up a bit, this.
Yes, Holyfield's doing better in this round. He's using the jab to the chest, and that's a big target there, scoring blows.
And listen to the chants now for Holyfield. Psychologically, there's just been a little shift here now.
Lewis getting upset by the head. He's got to try and concentrate. Holyfield will do what he can to rile him up and make him lose concentration.
Real Anglo-American confrontation out of the ring as well between the fans, but I reckon Holyfield won that round.
I agree with you, Ian. Holyfield was just more dominant. Lewis just seemed to go to sleep a little bit. He was on the back foot too much, and he needs to get that jab working.
Get in close. Keep your arms close. Close. That's why he got to reach around you to hold you. And when he reaches around you, let go with a combination. And roll out. Then you hit him with the left hook.
Holding on to too much shit, let it go. And keep shooting the damn right hand straight. Those short right hands, I don't care if they miss, keep shooting them. Even if they go over the top of his head, it's wearing him down to tying him because you're so big. But you just cut off completely. It's the same way you lost some other one and get your ass in trouble on the damn scorecard because you're not fighting. It's not that he's doing nothing, he's doing better than you.
They're getting a little bit worried in that Lewis
Let the shots go.
Right now.
And back with the jab, too.
Yes, they are. They're just starting to, there's just a few signs that things are starting to change. I've still got Lewis ahead, 56-59, but just Holyfield starting to come back into this fight.
As we move into the second half of this contest for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Lennox Lewis within reach of sporting history. Starts off positively, accused of going to sleep by Emmanuel Stewart in the corner. Told him these were the problems you had first time on the scorecards. So Lewis starts fast in the 7th.
Holyfield not happy about that, Lewis. Just give him a bit of an elbow there.
Come on, go.
I think almost as if to say, I can fight rough too if you want. Every Lewis punch being cheered, soccer style, by the British fans here.
This is good from Lewis now. Now he's trying to be more aggressive. He's trying to dominate.
That's good from Holyfield, though. Finding angles for the punches. Good action here in the 7th. And a left hook from Holyfield. Lewis gives ground, but then leers at him, smiles at him. It might have had an effect, you know, that punch. And there's another one from Holyfield. And then a right hand, too. Lewis looking a little bit wobbly here. Unless he's just playing possum with Holyfield. He looked to be shaken there, Lennox Lewis.
Well, he can't afford to play possum with Evander Holyfield. He's got to keep dominant. He's got to keep using that jab. Holyfield's had good success in this round.
Lewis started well, but how Holyfield has come back at him.
Don't punch, stop back.
This man has come through a million crises, it seems, in the ring, Holyfield, to fire back and prevail. He's trying to do it now. Lewis has to stay with him. That's a great right hand from Holyfield and a left hook. Lewis beginning to take some heavier looking punches. Oh, it's a really big one! A really big one from Holyfield. Left hand. Bad round this for Lewis. The worst he's had in either of the two fights. Major success for Holyfield. Easily the best one he's had in their two meetings. How much is this taking out of Lennox Lewis now? He's showing good durability, but he's forgotten the jab, hasn't he?
He's forgotten the jab. He's also dropping his hands. He's looking tired, Lewis. He needs to get the hands up and get sharp.
Looks to be some damage under the right eye too for Lewis. Much more exciting fight this time. The fight boxing needed. Right hands from both of them this time. Back comes Lewis. It's a barn burner of the 7th round here. Look at this now. Tremendous action. This is how good boxing can be. Never mind the detractors.
Well, that was a fantastic round of boxing. A round which Holyfield dominated. He caught Lewis with some terrific punches. And Lewis has to get his hands up. He's taking too many.
You got to pick it up. Keep taking it to him now, okay? Keep taking it to him.
For a great fight, because Lewis now is being drawn into the kind of battle that Holyfield wants.
He can't afford to do that. He's got to use his jab, use the skills that he's got. You know, he can't afford to get into a fight. He's getting Holyfield's quicker and is getting these hooks on better.
Holyfield got in with a lot of good punches. Those of us who wondered if he might get in the ring tonight and look about 50, well, that's been proved wrong. We've got our answer there.
It certainly has. He's a great athlete. Look at that left hook. That really did rock Lewis.
A great round, that 7th. One of the best in the proud tradition of the heavyweight championship. A really good round. This is the 8th now. What next here? Lewis dominating early with his boxing skills and his jab. Holyfield couldn't get into it for a while, but my, how he's got into it in the last 2 rounds.
Well, Holyfield's starting to warm up. He's starting to get a rhythm. Lewis looking a little tired in the last round.
Lewis may have to fight for 3 minutes of a round to keep this man away.
Hey, Craig, don't punch. Step back easy, son. Easy. Whoa. Come on, step back, son.
It may make for less exciting action, but from the point of view actually getting the fight won, Lewis could well do very well indeed to get back to working behind that left lead of his. Yes, the left hook again didn't really land cleanly for me. That seemed to hit the glove of Lewis.
But it's disturbing the way his arms are going down. You know, he's leaving himself wide open for these left hooks.
Uppercut on the inside. Good shot from Lewis, who came up for air almost there. Seen him do that before in fights and come back. It's like a little idiosyncrasy of his. It doesn't mean he's on his last legs. But this now really could go anywhere, this fight. Super body shot from Lewis.
Break.
Lewis has to try and stay busy. He's got to keep using that jab just to keep Holyfield off balance. Holyfield, you can't get set for the left hook.
It's a super jab from Holyfield. He's getting close enough now to land it significantly. Tell you what, the way this is going, we could end up having another close one. Right uppercut, Holyfield. What a remarkable fighter this man is. He is extraordinary. He seems to just defy all boxing logic. He's made fools of many, many so-called experts. And he might do it again tonight.
Well, we said if there was one man that could pull it off, it was Evander Holyfield.
Well, Lewis here is taking on Holyfield in his own game.
It's all on your feet.
Come on. Let's bring in Frank Bruno here. Frank, since the last time we spoke to you, it's changed a lot here.
Yeah, a lot. Lennox Lewis is fighting Evander Holyfield sort of fight, you know. He should be, it's easy said than done, but he should be out there using his long reach in his arms. He's getting into a tag of war and he's getting hurt. Lennox Lewis, never seen him hurt like this before. Very, very hurt.
You've been up on your feet screaming at him, haven't you? Don't fight his fight.
That's what I was dreading, you know. I mean, if he thought he's sort of jabbing him all night, he can jab off Holyfield, but he's letting him come in and use his head, and he's getting bruised up here and there, and it can get to a draw or something fishy like the other fight. Scary, isn't it?
Well, this is a much, much better one. Thanks a lot, Frank. Frank, who's kind of in the role of analyst and fan, I think, tonight. He's no doubt about his leanings. We'll call for Frank's views again in a little while. But back to what has been compelling action here. It's got better as it's gone on. 9th round. Now look at this from Holyfield. Oh, and the right hand too. He loves it in here, doesn't he? This is Holyfield's range.
It's all starting to work right for Holyfield now. He's getting on the double jab. He's getting close. The right hand and the left hook are starting to land. Lewis has to start picking the pace up a bit.
Holyfield may well be clawing this back on the scorecards now. It might be getting pretty close.
Let go. Break, step back. I'm here. Good.
That's a nice right uppercut from Lennox Lewis. It's almost as if he said, okay, I'll fight your kind of fight, your macho war, and I can beat you that way as well, but can he?
Well, remember, he's the biggest, stronger man. His punches are very telling. You know, so the physical battle, you would think Lewis would win.
Step back.
Left hook was on the border from Holyfield. Oh, look at that again. Double jab and hook. Evander Holyfield finding some sharp, eye-catching punches now.
Left the head.
Good body shot from Lewis, but why has he forgotten this left jab?
I have no idea. He seems to be a little bit tired and arm-weary.
Let go. Step back. I'm in here.
The jabs, you know, his weapon, the jabs, what he's so good at. He needs to get that working.
Terrific action. Look at that right uppercut to finish the flurry from Lennox Lewis.
Break. Step back.
It's a super fight, this. Tremendous action at heavyweight. And look at Lewis here coming on strong. The fans have got their money's worth this time, and so is the sport. Swinging this way and that in this round.
Another great round.
Isn't it?
Let go. Break. Stop in here. I'm in here.
Well, this is such a better fight than the first one.
Well, you can't compare them. And they want to fight after the bell as well. Forget the sweet science. Let's have a real fight. They both appear to be saying.
Cooling down. Hold your head. Here we go.
Hard to score that one.
I give that one to Holyfield. I thought he did more for most of the round.
Yeah, I gave it to him as well, and I've got it level now.
I've still got Lewis ahead.
That was yours. You won
But
it.
Holyfield is certainly, he's getting into the fight.
Damn jab this round. He's tired. Make him get
3 rounds to go after this. It really is very, very exciting and a privilege and a pleasure to be here. Look at that uppercut.
That was a terrific reaction punch just as he's moving away. There, he just gets it in. Really just a very good reaction shot.
As we go into the 10th, it may be that Holyfield has won the last 4 rounds on some scorecards. You could argue it because there's been 2 super rounds in there.
Well, I've given 3 of the last 4. He's certainly coming on much better. And Lewis has to start dominating behind this jab.
Who can ever finish the strongest here may well be undisputed champion. It may be down to that. I'm sure this is in the balance going into the final 9 minutes. They've set quite a pace, haven't they, for big men?
A terrific pace. I mean, Holyfield's got such a good rhythm. You know, he's working that jab so well, doubling it up.
Right, step back easy, gentlemen.
The American fans are getting behind Holyfield. Now the British fans have gone a little quiet, maybe anxious about the way things have turned after Lewis's early domination. I'm sure Lewis has got to get back to that jab for the last 3 rounds.
He's got to start using the jab. He's also got to get off quicker. You know, he's waiting, and Holyfield's beating him to the punch. He needs to be first to the punch.
Good stuff from Lewis. Might Holyfield's age just begin to catch up with him a little in the late rounds? Frankly, I would doubt it. He's that well conditioned.
Let go, Greg. I'm here. Step back.
Quiet around so far.
Watch those hands. Come on. Look at free hands. Right, I'm in here.
Mitch Halpern has done a very good job in there. He's regarded by many as the best young referee in the world. Lewis with the left hook this time. Holyfield rather walked onto it.
Watch your hands in there. Watch your hands.
These punches are being thrown with malicious intent.
I'm in here.
Yes, they really are. Lewis trying to load that right uppercut, just not quite working.
Whatever the result here, we already have one winner, and that is boxing.
Hands up. Greg, I'm in here. I'm push. I don't want to push. Let's go.
Oh, look at that from Lennox, Lewis. Holyfield's done less in this round. That was Lewis's round, I think. He did most there, didn't he, Glenn?
I thought he did. He picked up his work rate that bit more. Holyfield just seemed to quieten down a bit.
Get that damn jab to working, baby. You get your jab to working and try them little short, straight right hand. But at least you shoot the right hand and hook behind it. What you need to do in your best punch, whenever you make your little fade off, you let them miss the same thing you did and do that the 11th round like you did the last time. You let them miss a lot, step it up, but push it through after that. Okay? Push the damn right hand through.
11 and 12, baby. You're hitters.
You got 2 rounds, man. 2 rounds to get what means this much to you.
Combination punches on the inside, man.
You got to have faith in God that you can go at this 100% for 2 rounds, and you can do it. 100%. You're a workhorse.
That's how I've got it. I've got Lewis.
Let's go see it now. Don't take anything off.
I still have to do no care.
They're talking about Holyfield's belief in God and faith in God in the corner there, but I don't know whether God is in Lennox Lewis's corner as well. Let's see. 11th round.
Well, they're trying to motivate Holyfield. This is where you're tired, the big man. You've got to try and suck it up from somewhere.
Nobody can take anything for granted here.
Watch your hands in there. Watch your hands. come on. Break, step back, I'm in it.
Holyfield, very good in the middle of the fight. We hear that our American colleagues on American TV and HBO have Lewis in a 4-point lead. That sounds a bit wide to me.
Yeah, it's one more than I have it.
Good body shots from Lewis. Holyfield's fire just dampened down a little in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Lewis just has to keep busy. He's starting to use the jab again. Just peppering Holyfield from long range.
Holyfield may have gone through that little process mentally where he's thinking, well, I've hit Lennox Lewis with a lot of my best shots, but he still looks strong. And Lewis here, having gone through what was for him, I think, a comparatively dodgy period in the fight, beginning to re-establish himself.
Break. I'm in here.
Yes, he went through 3 or 4 rounds where he just seemed to get tired. He seems that he's getting his second wind. He's getting his jab working again.
Left hook didn't land cleanly for me there, despite the cheers from the back of the hall from the American fans. Lewis back to his boxing. It's a sensible strategy. And looking strong, and the reflex is still good late.
He's better. He seems to have a little bit more bounce in his legs now, Lewis.
3 punches landed, 2 Lewis, 1 Holyfield.
Let go, step back. Let go, man. Let go.
Just quietened down a little in the last couple of rounds.
That was a good combination for Lewis, just pushing Holyfield back.
There's blood on Holyfield's left cheek now. That's nothing to worry about.
Climb up, don't punch, step back.
Mitch Harpen's done a great job, for me, the referee in there. But the fighters have done an even better one.
Well, it's turning out to be the terrific fight that we wanted.
That's Lewis's round again. He may be just pulling away decisively with 3 minutes to go. Let's get a quick last comment during the fight anyway from Frank Bruno. Frank, what do you think?
It's a close fight. I think Lewis is in front, you know what I mean? But the last round, you've got to be very, very careful. But as I see it, I see Lewis won. He's winning it, you know what I mean? But he's falling into Evander Holyfield's sort of like trap. But if he just boxed sensibly, he should, you know what I mean, come be the undisputed world heavyweight champion here.
Thanks a lot, Frank. Frank Bruno, the former WBC heavyweight champion. Lewis, who holds the title at the moment. There's Glenn's scorecard.
Yes, I've now got Lewis 4 points ahead. 103 to 107.
I've got it a little narrower. I have it by 2 for Lewis at this stage. Not another draw, surely. Not another draw.
Never say never.
Never say never. Remember, Holyfield is promoted by Don King, whose fighters have a habit of coming out rather well in big fights in Las Vegas. Last 3 minutes. Holyfield especially, I think, needs a big round to even make this an argument again. And he gets home with a couple of hooks. I think he knows it. I think his corner have told him.
Watch your hands in there, watch your hands.
It may be so close for Lewis now that he can almost smell it.
Let go, gentlemen, let go.
Well, Lewis can't leave anything to chance. He's still got to go out there and try and have a big last round.
And that's a good right hand from him. Holyfield just looking that bit busier in this last round at the moment. And that's a really good left hook from Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
Let go.
Lewis looking a little tired, mouth gaping open. Pause with the jab, good right hand. Listen to the atmosphere here. Head again
That was your head going up.
from Holyfield.
Go.
Refs made a point about stepping in and warning Holyfield about that without making too much of a song and dance. And the problem's largely been kept under control.
And the crowd have really enjoyed this.
It's the excellent heavyweight battle that this beleaguered sport has been crying out for. A restatement of just how good and dramatic it can be. And skillful too.
But what we need now is the right decision.
Don't punch. Keep it up in there. Go.
The final moments of this second battle between these two for the undisputed crown, the richest prize in sport. They're on £10 million each tonight. It's big money, top money, but for top men.
Watch your hands in there.
Last half a minute here. How much in this last round, Glenn?
I think this has been Holyfield's last round. He's just busier. Lewis has looked tired. He's looked to hang on inside. Holyfield's trying to do something.
It's going to go to the scorecards again. Crowd are on their feet all around this arena as the fight comes to its end. We'll get the bell any moment. There it is. It is over. And how do the Nevada judges see that? I think there was very little in that last round at all. I've got that even myself.
Well, I thought Holyfield was just busier. He had a very good start to the round, and I thought that was his round.
I've got it Lewis by 2. What about you, Glenn?
I've got
You're
Lewis
better
by
than me in
3.
this sort of thing.
Lewis by 3.
Yeah, you're better than me. Right, okay. So now we wait. There is Glenn's scorecard.
That's how I've got it. 113, 116. But an excellent fight, and that's what we wanted.
The judges here, all from Nevada: Chuck Jamper, Jerry Roth, and Bill Graham, who's 83, as we look at some of the closing exchanges of a gripping contest.
That was a lovely little uppercut inside there from Holyfield. Just got the right range, really went through with that punch.
That's Tim Hallmark, the conditioner of Evander Holyfield, praying during the final round. Are we going to have another uproar here? I think if Holyfield gets it, there's going to be a right uproar. I tell you what, there might even be a third fight, you know.
Well, I think a third fight, if it's anything like that, we'll have that one again.
No complaints about that fight at all. Both fighters seem to be a little bit pensive, as if not quite sure.
Well, I think they would be after what happened last time. There's obviously, you know, they're going to be, you know, really worried about it.
That's the American card scored by Harold Lederman, the HBO man. He's got Lewis by 4. Lewis by 4, he says. But his card doesn't count. Only 3 cards count. Those 3 Nevada judges.
Ladies
very
and
experienced.
gentlemen, tonight boxing crowns an undisputed heavyweight champion, as after 12 rounds of action we go to the scorecards with a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Jerry Roth scores at 115 to 113. Judge Chuck Jampa scores at 116 to 112. Judge at ringside, Bill Graham sees it 117 to 111. All 3 in favor of the winner and the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Say it and believe it. Britain has an undisputed world heavyweight champion for the first time this century in the last fight of the century. What a moment that is for British sport. Fireworks going off, mayhem around here, and I think justice is done.
It certainly is. It was unfinished business, and Lennox Lewis finished that to there.